Today I'm gonna tell you about harmonization of lead guitar to play good solos, awesome solos to create good harmonies. So, what is the meaning of harmony? So, harmony is nothing but playing two notes at the same time. Okay, so like if you are playing any melody and if you want to harmonize it, okay, so harmonization take place in thirds and fifths interval. Okay, these are the interval. An interval is a distance between notes. Okay, so why we harmonize any melody in thirds and fifths? Because it is the like traditional way, and if we harmonize it in thirds and fifths intervals, so it sounds really good. So that's why most of the guitar players and do it in this. Okay, so let me play a melody, and after that I'll be playing its third interval and the fifth interval respectively. Okay, okay, we are good to go. So here's the all the like full thing. Okay, so let's have a talk about it. So the first one was the main melody, and the second one was the third harmonization of it, and the last one was the fifth harmonization. Okay, so what we have to do, two things we have to do to find out because the first melody we know. Okay, we have selected that one, which is as follows again. So what we have to do, we have to find because there are 6 notes here. Okay, this thing is twice. Okay, but if I count it as one time only, if I count it as single time only, so there are 6 notes. Yeah, so we have to find the thirds of it individually. Okay, so and the second thing is that there will be no sharps and flats. Okay, we'll be counting only natural notes. Okay, and let us say 8th fret of the E string we are starting. Okay, this is our starting point and this is the C note. So we will count our first note as the first count. Okay, we will start our counting from here. So if this is first, then our 10th fret of the E string, this D note would be second, and what will be the third note? It will be 12th fret of the E string, and it will be E. Okay, so E is the starting point for the harmony. Okay, the second lead, the third harmony, third interval harmony. So it will start from here. How? Because we have counted 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we are not as I've said, there is no sharps and flats. Okay, we are just counting. We have to just count the natural notes. So C is the first, D is the second, and E is the third. The second note from the main melody, 10th fret of the B string. Okay, let's go. 10th fret of the B string is A note. Okay, if we take this as a reference, okay, to find the third interval of it, this note. Okay, so A note is the first. We'll again start the count. Okay, 1, and B would be our second count. Okay, second fret of the B. 12th fret of the B string would be B note, and 13th fret of the B string would be C note. So this will be the second note of the harmonized melody. And what would be the third note? This note, 8th fret of the B string, which is your G note. So if G is 1, 10th fret of the B string, yeah, A note would be second, and your 12th fret of the B string, B note would be third. So 3 notes we have figured out. Okay. The main melody is this harmonized part. What is the next note in the main melody? Which is 9th fret of the G string, which is your E note. Yeah, E note is there. So if this is the first, our 10th fret of the G string would be our F note, and 12th fret of the G string would be our G note. This will be the next note of harmonized melody. Okay, in the harmonized melody. So 12th fret of the G string. What will be the last two notes? Here the last two notes are main melody. They are 12th fret of the 12th fret of the D string and 10th fret of the D string. So they are D note and C note. Okay, we are ending on the C note. Okay, as we started as well. So if 12th fret of the D string is the D note, what will be the third? 12th fret of the D string, D note, the first one. Then E note would be 14th fret of the D string, second. 15th fret of the D string would be your F note, and it will be the third of E. Okay, F note. Yes. So and the last note is 10th fret of the D string, which is your C note. Count this one as 1. 12th fret of the D string would be your second. 14th fret of the D string would be your third. It will be your E note. Okay, because we started we started our harmonized melody with E note, 12th fret of the E string, high E string, and we somehow ending it here as well. So 14th fret of the D, which is E note. So all the things the main melody and the third of it harmonized respectively. So we have fifth interval melody as well. Okay, if we are trying to harmonize this thing in fifths, so we can further count it. Okay, until third we know. Okay, if I take the first note of, if I want to figure out the notes now for the fifth interval, okay, of the main melody, so we won't count it from first to 5 again. So until 3 we know. So what is the third interval of the main melody? Starting point, 12th fret of the high string. Okay, so if this is the third, what will be the fourth? Will be 14th fret of the high E string will be our F note, and 15th fret of the 13th fret of the high string would be our F note. Okay, and 15th fret of the high string would be our G note. So this will be our starting point for the harmonization in fifths. Yes. So what will be the two notes? It will be okay. It will be 17 of the B and 15 of the B. Why? Because earlier in the thirds it was 13 of the B and 12 of the B. So 13 of the B is nothing but the note C. So C, if we count from if this is the third, then 15 of the B would be D, which would be the fourth. Okay, and 17th fret of the B string would be your fifth note. Okay, which is E. Yeah, again the third note would be counting again 12th fret of the B string, which is B note. So 13th fret of the B string is C note, and 15th fret of the B string is your D note. So what will be the next note? Your next note will be 16th fret of the G string. Why? Because 12th fret of the G string was in when we were doing harmonization in thirds, so it was the like G note. 12th fret of the G string is G note. So 14th fret of the G string is your A note, and 16th fret of the G string is your B note. Okay, which is the like fifth. Yeah, because we are counting it for the fifth from the main melody, but we are selecting we have selected a reference of the third. Okay, hope you are getting it. If you are not, then you can like rewind the video obviously anytime. So sorry, actually not sorry, this is fine. What will be the last two notes? It will be 17th fret of the D string and 19th fret of the D string and 17th fret of the D string. How? Because 15th fret of the D string was the reference and 14th fret of the D string was the reference as well. Second last note and last note. Okay, so if we count from 15 D, what was 15 D? It was your F note. Yeah, so F, if this is 1, oh this is third actually. Okay, so what will be the fourth? 17D would be fourth, which is G, and A would be your 19D. Yeah, A note. Okay, and the last note would be, what was the last note in again in the third, when we were doing it in thirds, was 14 of the D, which was E. Okay, so E was third, then 15D will be your F note, fourth, and 17D would be your G note. Yes, it will be your last note. So that's how we first figure out the main melody, because we knew that the main melody, then we do it the thirds, then from thirds we figure out the fifths. Okay, so that is the whole thing. So nothing like that much going on in this part. Like this was just like a random theory. Okay, I was dictating. Until next time, take care.